Hello and welcome to a SouthernAirs video with me, Jett, and unfortunately no one else, although they might make some pre-recorded cameos, so I'm not going to be doing bidding no mates today. So for the next 3 days I'm going to be doing a British Airways mile run across two of my favourite cities in the UK. Got 2 flights in Club Europe and 2 flights in Eurotraveller. Looking forward to documenting this into somewhat of a video, if possible, so hope you guys come along for a ride and enjoy yourselves. I'm just chilling out in a quiet patch of Heathrow. So, I will see you soon. So my day starts at London Heathrow's Terminal 5 as I'm getting ready to fly out to Belfast. Not a fan of the new drop-off charges at Heathrow, the audacity of them. So yeah, I've got 4 flights over a 3-day period, starting off with this little run up to Belfast in Eurotraveller. So, let's see how this all goes ahead, shall we? As you can see, my flight was leaving from the A gates at Terminal 5, as do most domestic flights, and I would be flying on an ex-British Midland Airbus A320 on this particular flight. As I have one world status with British Airways, I do get to board a little early, although it's one of the lower statuses, so this is one of the few perks you do get. I can see dawn was breaking at this time, so it led to some lovely departure footage as we flew out of Heathrow that morning. It had been rainy most of the time because we were in the middle of the storm Eunice, which would impact some of my later flights during this trip. However, this one for the most part would be unaffected. Everything ran on time. Overall pretty solid flight, but there's more to come. I mean, just look at that takeoff. Oh, beautiful, isn't it? The flight time was going to be just under 1 hour, and British Airways obviously did their usual Speedbird Cafe service, as well as the complimentary onboard offerings of water and Nutri-Grain. I opted to buy extra porridge with some shortbreads and a hot tea.
Okay, here we go. Please tell me you didn't shit yourself again when you've eaten that porridge. Because I'm sure, like you did in Edinburgh, the shops wouldn't allow you to empty your bowels in this one. Nutri-Grain bar, though, I think is actually pretty good because I quite enjoy Nutri-Grain bars myself, and I also like shortbreads as well. Bottle of water, fair enough, spot on, it's quite nice. But I don't know what's in that cup. It's either soup or coffee, but there is a spoon on top.
Overall, it was a very good flight, and Matt, you didn't have anything to worry about. That spoon was there for my porridge. I just happened to have it sat on there while I was sorting everything out. I could see it was a bit of a bumpy approach into Belfast City. I honestly thought if I was to have a go around for the first time, this would be it. However, the pilots had other ideas, and they completely nailed the plane into the ground first time. Professional, sleek as always. Good job, British Airways. Here we are. Made it to Belfast, there's my plane, and just over here, there you go, got an ERJ as well. So, time to head into the city, onwards and upwards. So, I'm just outside Belfast Airport, as you can see. I am just going to get a quick coffee because I've got a half-hour wait for the next bus, and then I'm going to head off to catch a train to the Ulster Transport Museum. I've literally just booked a ticket to go there, gift aided, obviously. If you're from the UK and a museum says gift aid, you better gift aid. I'm not telling you again. So, I'll catch up with you in a little bit. So using the ever reliable public transport in Belfast, I hopped on a couple of buses and a train to make the journey over to the Ulster Transport Museum in Belfast. I can see this is at the main Victoria train station. About to get on a nice Belfast train. I've arrived at the central bus stop for Belfast. Very cheap transport here. I've got it's like £4.50 for the entire day, and I've just spent another £3.90 on a train ticket. Okay, so the train line is one coming on this station. That train's going the opposite direction. I'm not using it. But I'm heading off to Culture to do the Transport Museum. I've not been yet, and I'm looking forward to it because as much as I did on my aeroplane, I'm also quite partial to vintage trains and cars and whatnot. So I think it's safe to say I'm an all-round petrol head. I'm sure the other guys will contest to that. Either way, I'll catch up with you when we're on the train. Well, not the fanciest trains in the world. The trains around Belfast were nice and comfortable and offered a really good service. I was even surprised how cheap they were. Even the legroom was pretty good for a train. Either way, the Ulster Transport Museum was about 3 stops away, and I had the museum to tick off the list. Currently walking through this weird country alleyway from the train station, and just popped out in the middle of nowhere. The Ulster Transport Museum. And the Folk Museum's just up there, so I might be able to do both. Play it as it goes. In the meantime, keep it simple. Onwards to the Transport Museum. Guess what's back? The tie-dye. Right, so I'm in the Ulster Transport Museum, as you can see. Right, I'm looking forward to having a go. There's 2 buildings that make up this museum. I will try and document for the video as well as through photos. As you can see, I've got my Canon out. So I'm going to go around and have a look. Do my transport and aviation museums. There are a few aircraft here, which is really good. Can't get in the vehicles at the moment because of COVID restrictions that are currently applying to Northern Ireland. So there are a few rules that are different in Northern Ireland compared to the rest of the UK. But I think we can have a very fun day. Alright, I'll catch you later. Let's get into this. So far, quite enjoying this. I can see I've got an old 1930s era locomotive behind me. This would have been connecting transiting islanders all up and down what would become North and Southern Ireland. Obviously back then it would have all been a single country prior to the Republic of Ireland's independence, Northern Ireland remaining in the UK. We shan't dwell on that because that's for a history lesson for another day. There's quite a few. This is the locomotive section. We've got this green Thomas the Tank Engine light one behind me, but we're going to go over to those ones in a moment. Fortunately, while there is some nice old-fashioned adverts around, you can probably see there's some behind me here. The main attraction, i.e. the carriages, as I said earlier, all shut because of COVID. So you can see inside them. I mean, we've got 2 lovely but stern nuns here. But it is what it is. We digress. After an interesting walk around the trains and trams of Northern Ireland past, it was to go down a corridor next to find out a bit more on the history of Ireland, the Titanic and the White Star Line. Because what decent Northern Ireland museum wouldn't have a section looking at the history of Titanic? It's where the ship was built after all, along with the rest of the Starliners. As you can see, the museum actually does have some artefacts from the ship itself that was pulled up from the wreck site. Quite an interesting collection. And as you can see, there was another section featuring more trains, buses and trams. I will hand back over to me for the next bit. As you can see, I'm in the car and motor vehicle section. I got some delivery vans and lorries behind me, and if I just turn around, I have a motorbike, a push bike, and this. Yeah, so far a pretty interesting collection, I must say. Still more to see though, so we'll just keep on going. So that was the first part of the exhibit. Pretty good in there, nice extensive collection. Now there's a land, sea, sky section of this museum, but it is a short walk away because there's two separate buildings. I'm just heading over there now. It is raining at the moment, but not too bad. It's like, you know, a light haze. Obviously, the folk museum is separate, but if I can get around to that today, I will do so. But there's no rush in the meantime because it's not even midday yet. I'm not even feeling tired yet. I've been up since like 3 AM. I'm crazy. Well, here we are. Didn't get too wet in the end. Whoa. Sorry, move out of the way of a van. Ugh, I'm always in the wrong time at the wrong place, aren't I? Story of my life. Alright, I better get inside and get the mask on. Check that out. Hold on. Check that out. Rolls Royce. Get this thing on. Alright. Let's see what this bit has to offer. And this is the other part of the Ulster Transport Museum, including this little aviation section featuring some aeroplanes and a replica airplane built by Short brothers who were based in Belfast for almost 100 years, including this interesting cabin and cockpit section of a Short 360 Transport Skyvan. This is a plane that still flies quite regularly. They are used as parachute aircraft, you know, for people who go skydiving. Outside is this massive ship which is under an extensive restoration progress. After I finished with this museum, because of the state of the weather, I hopped back on the train and made my way back to the central Belfast. And as you can see, it didn't take long to get back, and the weather did start to clear up a little bit. Although, obviously, as you know, February in Ireland, the weather's always a gamble. It's something you don't see every day if you live in Bournemouth. This is the Ulster Hall in Belfast. I don't think me and Matt saw this last time we were passing through. It's a grand building. Hey guys, so I'm in my hotel now, having had a bit of a nap. I'm going to go down to Filthy Mcnasty's and the chicken shop that I have frequented in the past here in Belfast. It's going to be a quiet evening because I have an early start tomorrow. It's going to be my birthday and the party, that's where it's going to get started.
Jet Force, Tyler, you have left me no choice but to get involved on this video. This hotel that you've stayed in reminds me of a prison and is highly disgusting. I'm not impressed. The barista does not approve. I've never seen a hotel so small in all my life. I do however, need to say one thing. This room reminds me of the Ryanair 737 that I took to Lanzarote. Looks very cramped, very tight, and not very good.
A couple of kind words from the legend that is the Barista. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Filthy Mcnasty's, one of the finest bars in all of central Belfast. So at Filthy Mcnasty's, been here about half hour. Chin chin, bit of Irish whiskey. This is Hinch brand. Good. Very good. Right, let's go have two more drinks that I've got here. Got I'm on the outside for a little bit. There's a live guy playing in the bar. He's doing really well. Got a Heineken as well, cheeky. So yeah, so far all is good. Here's a bit more filthies that we didn't see last time, because while it did feature in the last vlog, we were literally in just for a short one drink and off. I've got an early start tomorrow, so the next time I see you will probably be in the morning. I'm going to go to the chicken shop just down the road after this, get some this alcohol soaked up, as you do. Alright, I'm going to enjoy myself. I will see you later. Oh boy, that was a good live gig from that young lad. Oh, what a race to wrap up being 24. However, there's one more stop I need to make. This is Chicken Lickin'. This is the infamous the very infamous SouthernAirs chicken shop that Matt absolutely despises. Me and the barista absolutely enjoy. So I'm going to get a little bit of dinner here. And Matt, the Banjo Man, Barista, reviews my meal.
I agree with the fact that you went to Chicken Licking in Belfast. Barista is out.
Matt, I hope you're enjoying this. Mitchell, I hope you're enjoying this. Because I sure as hell gonna enjoy this.
As I sit here editing this video, I look at this meal. No. Takes me back to a dark place, Tyler, and you should know where. Premier Inn in Belfast. I don't know how you can eat that slop. It is the worst takeaway that I have ever tried. And I don't want to go anywhere near that place again, you know. I'd rather force feed myself 50 Big Macs than eat one fry in that place ever again. It was tasteless. It was disgusting. The ketchup and mayonnaise were it's just watery and salty and bitter. It was nasty, just nasty.
What an absolute wuss. Either way, I had to hit the sack and go to bed because I had an early start the next morning. It was my birthday and I had some flights to catch. Right, it is 4:30 in the morning. It is time to go. I have to now take 2 flights to Edinburgh. I've got one flight down to London, BA, then BA up to Edinburgh. However, the reason I'm doing it this way is because I'm flying these 2 flights in Club Europe, which is the business class European product of British Airways offers on their Airbus A320 fleet. Very much looking forward to this. This is basically celebrating my birthday in style. So, onwards and upwards. And after a decent stay at the Ibis Styles Hotel in Belfast, it was time for me to head onwards and upwards. I had to catch a bus from just outside the central station, so it was about a 10 to 15 minute walk to find this bus. Luckily I was able to grab a nice hot herbal tea to take with me, just to keep me going until I got to the airport, and most importantly, the lounge. I highly recommend this place if you want a cheap place to stay. Right, so currently in Belfast City Hall. Found my way to a bus stop. There should be a bus arriving in the next 15 minutes. As you can see, Belfast Central City Centre. It is absolutely dead and we're coming up on 5 AM as we speak. It should just be a 20-minute journey to the airport. I just gotta wait for the bus to get here, so still plenty of time. I'm all checked in. I'm only taking hand luggage, so I'm not overly worried. I think it'll all be good though. How's this for VIP transport for only £3.60? That's right, I managed to get the bus back to the airport and I was the only passenger on that bus. And here we go, back at the lovely Belfast City Airport. I prefer this one over Aldergrove quite a bit. British Airways is one of the most frequent airlines to use this, along with Aer Lingus. Now, club passengers and passengers with status, BA, can use this here Aspire Lounge for free access, although you may be able to pay entry for only £24, so it's one of the best value out there. As you can see, I had quite a few items for breakfast while I was waiting, thought I'd make the most of it. I mean, I'm paying enough for this flight after all. And the bar was also open. In fact, I could even easily get alcoholic beverages while I was waiting. I decided to be a bit more conservative with my decisions, only having a cheeky contro. And as you can see, I had a British Airways 320 waiting for me. Unlike the previous one, this was a BA-based A320 rather than XBMI. And if you want to sit back and enjoy, this is arguably one of the most beautiful takeoffs that I've ever had, courtesy of a nice dawn rising over the central city of Belfast. Just look at these views when we lift off. After a beautiful takeoff, breakfast was soon served on this short flight down to London. As you can see, I had a rather classy looking BA Club breakfast.
Tyler, is that a fruit platter I see? Fully eaten? Hot damn. Okay. And then we're back with classic Tyler with croissant with ham and cheese. Fat on fat on fat. Amazing. Orange juice, tea. Been told it's with milk, but I doubt since I've seen you put coffee creamer in yours. Blech.
God love these 5-star cynical reviews from my fellow SouthernAirs. Either way, the flight had to unfortunately come to an end. However, this birthday trip still had one more area to cover, so I had a few hours access of lounges in Terminal 5, a flight to Edinburgh, and then a flight back to Southampton, with a day in the middle. So, let's continue. So I'll fall down. Next stop, Galleries Lounge. So I've just done a domestic connection here at Terminal 5. I need to go find the first of my lounges. And look. Yeah, back where it started. 24 hours ago. Gate A6.